A 16-year-old boy turned himself into police custody Thursday after he was charged in the fatal shooting of a 19-year-old man on December the 11th, folks, according to HPD. This is the Bayou City Report checking in with you. The juvenile suspect has been charged with murder in the shooting death of Ivan Martinez. Now, the shooting happened around 9 o'clock at a strip center parking lot located on the 8600 block of Mesa Road in East Houston. Okay, so that's on the east side. Responding officers said they found Martinez unresponsive in the driver's seat of his vehicle. He had been shot several times and was pronounced dead by paramedics, so he was DOA. Witnesses told police the shooting happened during the purchase of narcotics. So this is of course drug related, which led the teen shooting the suspect. They saw the juvenile flee the scene in a cream-colored sedan. So one thing I notice is people will give a vehicle description and they give you the color of the car. And I'm like, do you recognize the make or the model? Because the color of a car is pretty much useless. You're not telling me anything, right? During the investigation, detectives were able to identify the shooter as the 16-year-old boy. Now, one thing about East Houston, especially like when you get into Eastwood, Lawndale, those neighborhoods, those are predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods. When you get over to the East End, and generally speaking, I've stayed on that side of town, and it's relatively quiet. I've never really had a whole lot of issues on that side. I know it's a little bit of older neighborhoods on that end, a little bit more historic, depending on how far out east you go, especially in and around the 610 loop. But generally speaking, I mean, they're gentrifying the east side. They're moving through that way. But just like any other community, I think this is just, anything that would happen on the north side or any other side of the city, right? I don't think that the thing about Houston is it's relatively hard to delegate what occurs specifically in what area because it's just everything is interconnected throughout the city, right? That's just the makeup, I'm sure, of other cities. But this is the Bayou City Report, checking back in with you with another scenario. I'm checking out. I'll tap in with y'all later. Take care. Peace.